Welcome back, football fans. This is Play Action Takes, Apollo Media's NFL podcast, where we're going to just dive right into the playoff scenarios, all of the playoff matchups, spreads, and picks. We're going to do it all today on Play Action Takes. This podcast is brought to you by Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, and Apollo's Wing Joint. Go check out their daily specials every day, as well as if you're a Texans fan. If you're a Houston Texans fan, go down to the Big City Wings marquee location off of the Katy Freeway this Saturday for the Texans playoff kickoff. You know, it's the opening kickoff for the playoffs. Go down to Big City Wings off of Katy Freeway, the marquee location.
Yes, I'll put the address down in the description. So make it out there.
Blast.
Apollo Texan boys, we're going to be out there. So if you're a Texans fan or just a fucking football fan who wants to hang out, just come out and join us.
Yep. Yeah. And this podcast is also brought to you by Celebrity Mint. Go check out celebritymint.com or follow them on social media at The Celebrity Mint. Go check out their graded, awesome collectibles of Ric Flair, Mike Tyson, and more. Awesome stuff to have for your home and office. Just go check out celebritymint.com. Get yourself some graded collectibles. Boys, before we get into the playoff matchups.
Yes, sir.
We have to do in memoriam for a few coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy little week. Crazy.
Wild week.
Fucking weird.
It's pretty crazy. So Bill Belichick this morning was announced that he is out as the New England Patriots head coach after 24 years. 24 years, 6 Super Bowls. Just the greatest coach of all time of this era. I would say that he's arguably the greatest coach of all time in football.
Yeah.
Out as the New England Patriots head coach, as well as Pete Carroll is out in Seattle, moving up into the executive office. I would assume he's just going to be a special advisor or president, something like that. So we've lost 2 giant head coaches this week, as well as Mike Vrabel, Arthur Smith, and many more. 8 coaches, 8 coaching vacancies heading into this year.
Tons.
Yeah, a little bit. Honestly, a little bit more than I thought, because there were reports. I'm not surprised that Arthur Smith got fired.
No,
but there were reports in the middle of the season being like, "Oh, he seems pretty safe. They might give him another opportunity." But then they fired him, which I'm glad they did. Mike Vrabel was a surprising one.
Vrabel doesn't make any sense to me because I get they haven't been winning, but he's just absolutely not the problem. I mean, he's been dealing with Ryan Tannehill, which I know Stoney knows all about how that can be. And, he's just been dealing with – and then Will Levis hasn't been good. I mean, he's been fine at times, but I really think that was a bad move. I think Vrabel's going to land on his feet somewhere. But also, I know this isn't the NFL, but Nick Saban out at Alabama too. Big week.
Yes. Crazy week for me as a Bill Belichick and Nick Saban hater.
Yeah.
Saban ruined my Dolphins and also just terrorized my Mississippi State Bulldogs year in and year out. Mm-hmm. He obviously decides to retire the year that they don't have to play Mississippi State in 2024. And then Bill Belichick, while Tua has owned him, 0-6 against Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins in the last 6 matchups with him at quarterback, terrorized me for 20 years. Dolphins have the best record and the most wins against Bill Belichick as a franchise.
Wow.
Trust me, I think us AFC boys know all too well about Bill Belichick and having to go and when you used to see New England on your schedule, you're like,
it was a downer.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one right there. We're gonna probably lose that game, especially if it's in New England. Oh, fucking forget about it, dude.
Gross.
Forget about it.
Yeah, absolutely gross. But
rest in peace. Rest in peace. You won't be missed.
Yeah. Well, and now this era of young coaches that we've been kind of seeing, kind of come about is really going into full force now. We're getting all these old fucks out of the positions. I mean, Bill Belichick is put damn near 80. I mean, Pete Carroll can still sling it, but I mean, what is he, 95 years old?
Hey, let's put some respect on Pete Carroll.
I love Pete.
Hey, he's like 72, but he runs around like he's 52.
He does. Right? He does. He's doing something right, but these young coaches are taking over, and it's more apparent, especially after this week.
Yeah, but playoff time, boys. It's time. Both of our teams in the playoffs. Preseason, if you told us that both teams would be in the playoffs, we would be ecstatic.
Yeah.
At any way, shape, or form. We'll go in order of when the games are going to be played. So obviously the Houston Texans are first up, hosting the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are favored by 2.5 points. We witnessed a murder a few weeks ago without C.J. Stroud at quarterback against the Browns, and Amari Cooper put up 51 fantasy points. Thank you to Amari for getting me into 2 championship games in fantasy football. I lost both of them because Amari Cooper did not play the next week. But
rest in piss. I don't care.
Yep.
Yeah, he provided nothing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Didn't do
he
shit.
did nothing
Pissed me
for me.
off on Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
Cocksucker.
Browns -2.5 at the Texans. We just did playoff predictions in our group chat.
Yeah.
So we kind of already know what we're doing here, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave the floor to you. I know you're going to get more into it on Off the Gridiron tomorrow. You put out a offensive matchup preview yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, we put on an offensive and a defensive, just talking
Just
about
X
the
factors.
X
X
factors for the
factors.
Texans. Tomorrow we'll go into a full preview, who to watch on the Browns and monitor, because I mean they have a lot of dogs, and
Yeah.
also we'll get into our full predictions and what to expect. But yeah, no, as we were talking about it yesterday, a lot different. The landscape for this game is a lot different than it was a few weeks ago. A lot different. So gonna have to expect just a different game plan, a different approach entirely from the Texans and the
Mm-hmm.
Browns.
Well, absolutely, and it's so different, and we talked about this in the X Factor video, but a lot of the guys that were the X factors weren't able to play in that last matchup. Will Anderson, John Grenard went out early. C.J. Stroud obviously wasn't available. So a lot of people, and I feel like a lot of the talking heads that may not be paying as much attention to the Texans as they should, kind of are all picking the Browns for that reason. But I don't think they kind of understand everything that was happening in that game. I still get it. The Texans still got the break speed off of them, 100%. But I'm not looking to that game at all to predict what's going to happen in this one. It's just a different game. It's a different atmosphere. Playoffs, I don't know. It's all different. It's still going to be a really hard game. That Browns defense is extremely tough. I think they average like 4 yards allowed a play, which is insane.
It's
But
ridiculous.
it's going to be hard. But I think the Texans. I'm picking the Texans. I think it's going to be close, but I think C.J. Stroud's going to work some magic.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna not pick the Texans.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the Texans.
Yeah.
But we're really gonna see how magical rookie CJ Stroud can really be.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and
we
also
mentioned it.
practice today, just real quick, good signs from Texans practice. Jonathan Grenard's practicing, Noah Brown's practicing, Will Anderson's a full go. Basically, of all of our guys, especially of all of our starters, we're only missing Jerry Hughes right now. So everything's kind of looking up. So that was big news. So like I said, it's just going to be a lot different.
Yeah, and I mentioned it when we previewed this matchup a few weeks ago that the Texans have to establish the run in some way, shape, or form. If you can get 3 yards of carry against this Browns team,
Yeah,
you got a little bit going. You can do some things through the air after that because the Texans' air game, the pass game is awesome.
yeah.
Pass game is nothing without a run game. So get a little bit of run game going. I'm begging them to get the run game going. Devin Singletary, just a few yards of carry. That's all we need. And CJ Stroud can do the rest. You don't want to rely on the rookie QB far too much. That's kind of where I'm at. But I'm going to pick the Texans as well. Vibes are at an all-time high.
Yep.
Yeah.
But boys, before we leave this matchup, I need to know where the vibes are at with DeMeco Ryans. The Alabama head coaching job has opened. And Alabama will hire DeMeco Ryans at one point. I don't know if it's this time around or the next coach, but DeMeco Ryans will be the Alabama head coach at one point.
That ain't gonna happen.
Ain't happening.
Gonna happen. Miko is home. He's home. Our baby came home. He's all fully grown up, and he's ready to be the man of the house. He is man of the house.
He is man.
So,
yeah, absolutely. He is the man of the house.
Yeah, he's not going to go back down to the college level and fuck around in the SEC because now the SEC is getting more stacked, and you're going to have to start over with Alabama because now you lost all of your recruits. This is not a college football podcast, but I'm just telling you why DeMeco ain't going to go. Yeah. He is the pillar of the Houston Texans for the next 20, 25 years.
Mm-hmm. DeMeco is sitting here at the big boy table. He's at the big boy spot at the big boy table. Why would he go back to the kids table? Why would he go play with the why? He's doing what he needs to do in the big leagues. Don't worry about Alabama. Don't worry about college.
Made the playoffs his first year. Like it's too easy for him. He's here. He's home. He is home.
He's an Alabama boy through and through.
NFL. Get the fuck out of here.
He's an Alabama boy through and through. From there, went to school there, and they can also triple his salary. I'm just pointing it out.
Fuck that.
Stoney, shut the fuck up, bro.
I just want to prepare you for what is inevitably going to be happening in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa. DeMeco Ryans will be the head coach of Alabama one day. I'm just pointing it out.
Look, I'm going to send a personal message right now to Alabama and your front offices and your athletic, whatever, your dean, whatever the hell y'all call them over there, in that fucked up state. If you touch,
Take it easy.
no, you watch.
I'm from that
No,
state.
I'm talking now. If they touch Steve Sarkisian or D'Amico Ryans, if they even try to talk to either of them, I will fly my ass there. I will fly my ass there and introduce them to Thunder and Lightning. I'm telling you right now.
You're going to introduce them to Mississippi State? Thunder Lightning?
No. Mississippi State, who cares, dude?
You just said Thunder and Lightning. That's is Mississippi
right
State.
Here. These two. This baby right here.
So let me just slice that tension right down the middle real quick and separate the two fighting cats and just go something unrelated. Hey, teams, stop requesting a fucking interview Bobby Slowick.
Stop. Titans,
dude, the Falcons did it today. The Falcons want to interview. Fucking stop.
I know he's a dog. We know he's a dog. He's not going anywhere. Slowick's not going anywhere. And also, the Titans, I got to stop trying to be the Texans. All right?
Yeah, man. It's pretty embarrassing. Pretty embarrassing.
They took Vrabel, and now they want our OC. They took our DC, and now they want our OC? Nah.
D-hopped.
All right, boys. We'll move on to the second matchup on Saturday night in chilly Kansas City. The Dolphins are at the Chiefs for Tyreek Hill's homecoming. The Chiefs are favored by 4.5 points.
4.5.
It's gonna be cold.
That seems pretty big, honestly.
That does seem big.
It seems too big. I think this is almost like a pick'em. This is a pick'em for me because the Dolphins have the talent jumping off the paper. In Tyreek's coming back, and the Chiefs, they have playoff Pat. So it's they're kind of like going to balance each other out, but the cold is going to really like trump most of that because this is going to be one of the coldest NFL games of all time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Negative 3 degrees, I believe.
Yeah. No telling what's going to actually happen, but that's why it's like a pick'em for me. Sucks that this is a Peacock game because Peacock games suck, and also I want to go somewhere and watch it because this is gonna be a good game.
I think bars will show it most likely, but still, I mean, I agree with Garrett. I think this one's up in the air. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins just because I know the Dolphins have been on a little bit of a skid, but I feel like the Chiefs are also not what they've been. Also, now wait, Stoney, is it negative 3 degrees and snowing or negative 3 and just like nothing, no precipitation?
There probably will be snow on the ground. I don't know if it'll be snowing during game time.
During the game? Interesting. Because that's the thing. Because also, obviously, coming from Miami, the Dolphins aren't really used to that. Chiefs are. But also Tyreek, after playing in Kansas City, he knows what to expect in at least similar conditions, right? But I don't know. Like I said, it's a pick 'em. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think 4.5 point spread is crazy. I think that's wild.
Is Jalen Waddle playing?
So we got an update today. Jalen Waddle and Raheem Mostert are both going to be listed as questionable, but everyone in the building is feeling good about it.
Okay.
I would assume at least Waddle will be playing. I hope Raheem Mostert is playing. Waddle played on like a broken leg essentially in the national championship game. I think it's going to be hard to keep him out of this game after missing the last 2 weeks with a high ankle sprain and not feeling pain last week before the game. I think they'll both play, but
if
not
that's
at
the case,
100%.
If that's the case, I'm picking the Dolphins.
Yeah, if both of those guys are playing, I'm picking the Dolphins as well. If neither of them are playing, I'll give it to the Chiefs. But if y'all at least have Waddle going out there, I think you'll be good. Because A-Chain's playing, right?
Yep.
Then I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. Let me throw some stats at you. The Miami Dolphins have never lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. They are 3-0. The Miami Dolphins, however, have now got the curse lifted off of their team. Bill Belichick is gone out of New England, and Nick Saban retired. Nick Saban screwed the Dolphins over. He signed the wrong quarterback, left, even though he lied the entire time. 48 hours after he said, I'm not leaving the Miami Dolphins. I am the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. I'm not going to Alabama, so quit asking. He left. The curse is now lifted. They're both gone. It's time to win a playoff game for the first time in 23 years. 23 years.
Hey, man. I mean, it would be such a statement one, too, to do it against the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
Oh, and another stat.
In the cold, because I was just looking at it, 0 degrees at kickoff.
Oh, God.
0 degrees. That's too cold.
Another Another little stat: Patrick Mahomes has never lost at home in the playoffs. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's
a little bit of an issue.
it is an issue, but I mean, man, you really don't have a ton of people you have to limit on the offensive side of the ball or their offensive side of
Yeah.
the ball.
Here's the deal. Yeah.
They have fucking problems. They have fucking problems.
They have big problems. Like the Chiefs are not the same Chiefs that they were last year and obviously in the years prior. They're still good. Patrick Mahomes is still magical. He's going to do crazy things. Travis Kelce's probably going to show up. This is a time where they're used to this. But like I said, it is different. And I don't think we can look at years prior to kind of predict this game. I don't think that's – I think, obviously with the struggles at the wide receiver position – I don't know. I think the Dolphins can shut them down. They're capable of it. I think the biggest factor is the weather. I think Miami's really got to be ready for that because the Chiefs will be able to get used to that, probably quicker than the Dolphins. But if the Dolphins can, settle in, they should be able to win this game.
Yeah, I'm excited. Playoff game, night game. It's gonna be good. I've got good feelings now. I was absolutely down in the dumps on Tuesday when we recorded with Garrett. Had the full starter jacket puffer on with a beanie and was down in the dumps. But I think the curse is lifted. I'm back.
I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're feeling better, man. Because I feel pretty good that y'all are gonna win. Honestly, I feel pretty good that the Dolphins are gonna win this game, especially because the Tyreek factor. I mean, he's probably gonna have 180 yards.
Hopefully,
I'm in. I'm good. We're good to go. Saturday night, 7:00 on Peacock. Let's move over to Sunday. First game of the day on Sunday is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 10 points. This is either going to be the biggest upset that we've seen in recent memory, or the Bills are going to beat them by 30.
Yeah, I think it's the last part.
Yeah.
It's just going to be one of those ones where it's like a team that's overmatched. They got in. I mean, the Steelers are not that good.
No,
I feel like anyone in this playoffs, NFC included, could beat them. They're fun. They're well coached. Obviously, this is all Mike Tomlin's doing, and TJ Watt's doing. TJ Watt's not even playing this week, so picking the Bills, obviously picking them big.
Hey, but this is Mason Rudolph's time to shine. If Mason Rudolph wants to prove a point here, he comes out and he beats his Bills team without TJ Watt on the other side of the ball. But that's not going to happen. The Bills.
We're going to have a fucking dialogue about the Bills and Josh Allen.
We are absolutely going to have a dialogue about
because we've already started the dialogue kind of this year, and then he kind of ran the table and won the fucking division. So it's like, oh, okay. But if he loses in the first round to the 10-7 Steelers without their starting quarterback to Mason Rudolph, we are fucking starting that dialogue. I might finish the dialogue. I'm gonna be like, he's not that good. He's fucking you run around and throw really hard, but he is not that good.
Just saying, if the Texans and Dolphins both win and the Bills lose this week, the next podcast is going to be absolute mayhem.
We'll pop bottles. We'll for sure pop bottles.
Absolutely.
I'll celebrate beating the Browns in the first round. I don't care.
Yeah, be great. Next matchup, the afternoon matchup, Packers at Cowboys. Cowboys are favored by 7 points in Dallas, Texas. Well, Arlington, Texas, really the city of parking lots. I don't really know what to think about this game other than that the Cowboys should win this game. And if they don't, we're going to have a lot of conversations just like we said about the Bills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love have the opportunity to take Mike McCarthy's job.
Yeah,
they have that opportunity. Yeah, they have that, and to take all of the Cowboys fans' souls, because I know we were talking to Dez, the cowboy man off the camera. He's nervous. It gives him flashbacks. They've had bad games against the Packers in the playoffs. I think this time it is different. I think the Cowboys will win, but if Jordan Love is on his game and the Packers are clicking, they will get Mike McCarthy fired. They will do that.
Absolutely.
Without hesitation, brother.
Yeah, here's the deal. I'm picking the Cowboys. They should win. They're the better team. I absolutely think the Cowboys should and probably will win. But Jordan Love is a fucking dog. Jordan Love is a good quarterback. Matt LaFleur is a good coach. The Packers can win. I don't think they will, but they can win, and I almost hope they do. Sorry, Dez, but I almost hope they do, just to see the meltdown. Because also, I don't hate the Cowboys. I hate that Mike McCarthy is the head coach for the Cowboys. I think he needs to get out of there. I know they've gone like 11-6, 12-5, like every year he's been there. But then once they get to the playoffs, they fall apart. And like clockwork, it always happens. So if they lose, Mike McCarthy gets fired. I think that overall would be the best thing for the Cowboys. So there's a silver lining to it. Obviously, all the Cowboys fans want to win, and they probably will. And I'll be happy for Cowboys fans and Dez and everyone else that I know that's a Cowboys fan. I'll be happy. But if the Packers win, I will find that really funny and interesting. So I almost hope that happens, but I'm taking the Cowboys for sure. But Jordan Love, don't sleep.
Yeah, the Cowboys have the boogeyman syndrome right now. Every time they see the green and yellow, they get a little nervous.
Yeah.
New quarterback this time. They don't have to worry about Aaron Rodgers walking through that door. I don't think anyone has to worry about Aaron Rodgers walking through any door anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take the Cowboys. They should take care of business. I think their defense is too good, and CeeDee Lamb and Dak have been on a tear. And I don't think anyone can actually cover CeeDee Lamb on the Packers unless they have this crazy scheme going and all of a sudden Dak's just wrapped up. I don't know. I don't see a scenario where the Cowboys lose, but would also be super funny if the Cowboys lost.
Yeah, this is the Dez didn't catch it bowl. This is that. You know what I mean? This is they're going to have to fight for that. They're going to have to keep that hatred in their heart that they have for that game and come out and play their ass off.
Yep. And then the last game on Sunday, the Los Angeles Rams are playing the Detroit Lions. Lions are favored by 3. It is the Matt Stafford, Jared Goff, who got it right bowl. Not really because the Rams won a Super Bowl, but who got it right bowl. Stafford comes home to break hearts. I'm taking the Rams pretty handily here. Good coaching. Matt Stafford coming home, comfortable on Ford Field. If it's still Ford Field. I don't know. I have more faith in the Rams than I do the Lions.
Yeah, I'm not buying what the Lions are selling. I mean, they're really good enough to win the division, get in the playoffs. That's all that. But the Rams are much more of a been there, done that with a lot of the guys that they have on their team and coaches. So, I mean, I'm taking a shootout, and I'm taking the Rams in a close one. What's the spread?
Lions are favored by 3.
Yeah, no, the Lions might cover, but they might lose. Like, it might be that close. So I don't know. I don't know what to. I know what to think about this one. It's going to be fucking just maybe the best game of the weekend. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk that after that trade was made, both teams will be good in a few years and be playing each other in the playoffs? I thought the Lions were done. I thought they were going to dump Jared Goff in his contract and just start over. But no, they fucking repurposed everything and became good. And the Rams are obviously surprise. They're a big surprise this year. So, hey, I'm all for it, but I'm going for the Rams.
I think both of y'all out of your goddamn minds, to be honest. I think the Lions win. I'm not going to say easily, but I think the Lions do win. I think people are talking about Matt Stafford coming back to the Lions and are not talking enough about Jared Goff playing the Rams. And I know that is the storyline people are talking, but Jared Goff playing the Rams, because here's the deal, Matt Stafford went to the better situation. We all know that. They ended up winning a Super Bowl. It's exactly kind of what we thought their team would be when they made that trade. And like I'll mention, Jared Goff obviously gets dumped to the Lions with a crazy contract, all this and that, and they've been able to overcome that. Jared Goff can't fucking wait to play the Rams and beat them in the playoffs. He can't wait. He's going to come out with an absolute vengeance to do that. And the Lions are just a better team overall. I think Stoney, you're right. The coaching on the Rams side of the ball is a little better, but the Lions are just overall, they're just dogs. The Lions are going to win this game, and Jared Goff is going to go absolutely nutty. He's probably going to throw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. I just don't know if Jared Goff's got that dog in him like
he
that.
does. He has that dog. I get it. I get not thinking it, but he's going to go off. And Amon-Ra is going to have 150.
Jared Goff against good teams is like, it's not very good.
It's AIDS.
He's going to – I know, but he's got a lot of motivation. He's got a lot of motivation, and Dan Campbell is going to get them boys pumped up before this game.
I just don't know how you're going to also stop their the Lions' defense has major problems. We know that. They have a lot of trouble stopping the pass, a lot of trouble stopping the run. There's holes for sure.
Yeah.
it's a well coached defense, but there's just holes. And the Rams have Puka Nacua, who is I guess maybe the best receiver of all time.
Yeah,
Yep.
Cooper Kupp still, Kyron Williams, who I mean that guy
he's
came out of
going
nowhere.
off. He's insane.
He's great. I mean, like the Rams have a fucking offense, and they have a well coached defense, dude. You know who Kobe Turner is?
Yeah,
No.
Kobe Turner is their rookie interior defensive lineman
yeah,
who has like 10 sacks.
yeah. He's a dog. He's third in voting for the fucking defensive rookie of the year.
I'm it's crazy he's not first, honestly.
I know.
So
The
like
Aaron Donald effect.
Yeah.
I mean Aaron Donald's still there, and you know the Rams are just a really good team, man. I think that's why.
No, yeah, they are. The Rams are good,
better.
but I think it's going to be a good game. But I think the Lions are going to come out on top. That's just personally. I think Jared Goff has more to play for than Matt does. Matt has his ring. Matt has his everything went his way in the beginning of that after that trade. Jared Goff's got to prove. Look, good for y'all, but this is what we're doing now. You're in our stadium. This is Jared Goff's stadium now. This is Jared Goff's field, not Matt's, and he's gonna show it. I'm excited. Right. This is going to be an amazing game.
Matt's going to get back in that field, in that stadium, and go, oh, yeah, I remember I used to fucking – oh, yeah, I remember this. And then
he might – I think he'll have a good game. I think he'll have a good homecoming. But I think Jared will come out on top of that one.
I think this was the best pick.
Matt did it. Matt got his ring. Who cares?
This was the best pick for Sunday Night Football. Absolutely.
I think so, too. Absolutely. I mean, it's the biggest storylines for sure. And I'm glad they didn't go like the – I'm glad they didn't put – respectfully Chiefs and Dolphins and Sunday night. I'm glad they didn't put like Cowboys and Packers and Sunday night because it's just like boring. I mean, they're not boring, but this is the storyline. This is a really, really good underrated storyline, and I'm glad that they're not just being like sticking it at the 1 o'clock on Sunday. That would be really fucking boring. So no, I can't wait.
Every single matchup in this every single matchup this week is a cool storyline. I mean, the script writers were cooking this year.
They went off with this one.
Yeah.
They absolutely went off with this one. Last matchup of the week, Monday Night Football. We had a Monday night game this year. Philadelphia Eagles -3 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield versus the Eagles at home. The Eagles, if they don't win this game, we knew the vibes were at an all-time low. Oh, Philadelphia might burn to the ground if they lose this game.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do because they're now about to lose their OC, I think.
He's getting interviews. Yeah.
He's getting interviews, which is nuts. That's crazy. He's getting interviews, and if they lose another OC, I mean, is this becoming like a Nick Sirianni problem? Is this just a purely a Nick Sirianni problem?
Nick Sirianni sucks. He should be fired unless they get to the
I don't think he should be. I don't think he should be fired.
Absolutely, he should be fired. And if they lose this game, are you joking? The way they fell apart at the end of the season, losing 5 of their last 6 or whatever it was. No, absolutely, Nick Sirianni has to be fired. That's ridiculous. If they lose to the Bucs, he's gone right after the game.
No, I think he gets another year, but he's on the hot seat. Yeah. They're looking at him. They're for sure looking at him.
Dude, if they lose to the Bucs in this first round, he's not getting another year.
They're turning the heated seats on if they lose this game.
Yeah, he's not gonna get fired. That would be like
they went to the Super Bowl last year.
Super Bowl, and then
we got to the Super Bowl, didn't win one, which is great. But also, look, I get it. I get what y'all are saying. If I'm an Eagles fan, he should be fired. If they lose this game, and I was an Eagles fan, I'd be calling for his fucking head. Absolutely,
they love him though. They love him too much. They wouldn't do it.
I don't think they're loving him right now. I really don't.
We talked about it on the last podcast. The Sirianni effect basically gives them all of the confidence in the world when they're winning, and they're able to talk shit, and they know how to handle that. But when they lose, they don't know how to lose, essentially. And you never want to lose in those kinds of scenarios. But when they lose, it just turns into a dumpster fire. And Jalen Hurts is like the robot of all robots in press conferences. He's the Alabama through and through way.
Yeah.
But even he was talking in press conferences, and he's like, look, man, we kind of suck. I don't know.
Yeah. No, guys, I mean, I get not agreeing, but if they lose this game, Nick Sirianni is getting fired this offseason.
That would just be, honestly, the Eagles would be fucking stupid if they did.
No, they wouldn't, dude. He's not getting it done.
Would be
no, he would not with that, dude. With that offense and that talent, if you fall apart the way they're falling apart, I don't care. If you fall apart this way after going to the Super Bowl last year, you deserve to be fired. Especially if you lose to the fucking 9-8 Buccaneers in the first round of the playoffs. I
If you
don't care.
know that you're getting Mike Vrabel, then sure,
Exactly.
we can talk
There's
about
a
it. If you
lot of
know that you're
good-
getting Mike Vrabel,
There's a lot
that's
of
the
good
problem.
coaches available right now. And absolutely, dude, Mike Vrabel would be a good hire for Philly. A good hire.
Be interesting. But Tampa, I just don't think they have enough talent on the defensive side of the ball to even handle an injury-riddled Philadelphia Eagles team. And I don't believe in Baker, sorry, Garrett, enough to beat the Eagles.
He's gonna do it.
I think the Buccaneers win.
I think he's gonna do it. I think Baker is listening to this right now. Baker, I believe in you. Stoney does not, and you use that as ammunition. You use that. You go out there and you throw it to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin a million times, and you do this because I know they can, especially if the Philadelphia Eagles are just still falling apart and the sky's falling for them still. I think maybe it'll be a nasty, disgusting game.
Yes.
ESPN. This is a perfect Monday night wild card game. I think because it's just nasty all through and through. And yeah, no, I think Baker does it, setting himself up for a fucking blowout next week though. Again,
Yeah. I think if the Eagles win, they got to end up playing the Cowboys if they win, right? Is that the matchup?
I think any of them, if any of them win, they both have to play
Oh.
Cowboys. I don't know because and I mean Tampa traveling to Dallas, it's gonna be a blowout. So
Well, and look, let me bring I saw this on TikTok the other day. It's very interesting. In 2020, the Steelers started out 11-0. Okay, fell apart towards the end of the season. Fell apart. Ended up going 12-4. In the first round of the playoffs, they played Baker Mayfield and the Browns, and Baker ended their season beating them 48-37. Okay,
Yep.
This year Eagles start 10-1, lose the 5 of their last 6 they drop. And who are they playing in the first round? Big Bake. He's done it before. I think he can do it again.
Let him bake.
Do it again.
He's gonna win. The Bucks. Baker's hearing this. He hears the naysayers. He hears the doubters. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking turn it on because that's when he always does.
If Baker beats the Eagles in the first round, he fucking Brinks truck, boys. Brinks truck to his front lawn.
Also, wear our Tampa Bay helmet if Baker wins on Monday night.
You should.
I want to get that signed, by the way. Also, side note, I can't say or hear the word naysayer and not think about that fucking guy on Colorway.
Yeah.
I just said it and I was like, but yeah, no, Buccaneers taking it. Yeah.
So, boys, we finally made it. It's the playoffs. We're both here. We got one more game. Do or die. Let's do it. Let's win some football games this weekend. Let's watch a lot of football.
Scared.
I'm a little terrified.
I'm so scared, boys. If each of us have a victory, well, I guess for both of us it'll be victory Sunday, but also a victory Monday. If we both have one of those, man, we're going to be living high on the hog.
I'll pop a bottle on here, dude.
Too.
I just want the Dolphins to win a playoff game. I've literally just never seen it with like my conscious body. 27 years old. It's been 23 years.
I just really, because here's the deal with a quick thing on the Texans game. I just thought about this. We have their pick still. We have the Browns pick.
Oh, yeah.
So if we let them win, that pick is getting higher.
Yeah,
it's just getting deeper. So don't do that. Fucking cut it off now, dude. Cut it off before it gets too bad. Fucking get your pick already, man. Establish your draft pick. That's all I gotta say.
Yep.
Go check out Off the Gridiron for more info.
Yep.
Hit that subscribe button on Apollo HOU's YouTube and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Play Action Takes or Off the Gridiron if you're a Texans fan. Boys, let's watch some football. This has been Play Action Takes, presented by Big City Wings. If you're a Texans fan, go out to the Big City Wings marquee location on Katy Freeway this Saturday to watch the Texans playoff game with Apollo Media. And this broadcast is also brought to you by Celebrity Mint. Go check out celebritymint.com to see their graded collectibles of Ric Flair, Mike Tyson, and more at celebritymint.com. Follow them on social media at The Celebrity Mint. Play Action Takes, presented by Apollo Media. Let's watch some football, boys.
Let's watch some NFL playoff football. Watch NFL playoff football.
I'm scared.